really do. Fast, really fucking fast. Go. And welcome to the stage, Richard Hanrahan! Hello! How you all doing? All well? All my guys and tens. My name is Richard Hanrahan. So, basic structure of today is I'm going to do some jokes. You're going to laugh, hopefully. And then I'll do some new material about stuff that happened this week, relevant, some random stuff. Then I'll do a bit about death. Then we'll all go home. Is that alright? So Les Mis, everyone see Les Mis? Les Mis, for anyone who doesn't know, is short for Les Miserables, which is a French film about crying. It's really sad, But no, I was just thinking about it, because of course whenever they write the new musical in a new form, they've moved it to film, they add a new song. Which is quite weird, because like, if you think back to the one major song from it, of course, is I Dreamed the Dream. But in the original context, it's about a prostitute who's had her teeth ripped out, her hair cut off. Not really a prostitute, just a woman trying to make money for her daughter. But when we think of I Dreamed the Dream, we think of Susan Boyle. Saying, I want to be famous. So this week, the Pope! Did we hear about the Pope? Yes? He died. It's really sad. The Pope is a weird thing to quit, isn't it? Because usually you die when you're the Pope. Usually you die, and it's not in a sort of you become the Pope, you die. But it's the last job you'll ever have. I don't know if you've ever had a job where you know you're going to leave. You sort of want to fuck up everything, don't you? I just wonder if the Pope knew, I'm going to die in this job. Why don't I... I don't know how to finish that sentence without it sounding crude. I don't want to be crude. I wonder if he's like Batman, in that he's got like a phone straight to God. Do you know what I mean? Like a big red phone. We have to speak Latin, obviously, because it's the language of God. Horses! Horses? Horses. The horses were in the news this week a lot, because they found horses in like beef, which is just bizarre, isn't it? Horses in beef. It's completely the wrong animal, isn't it? But I think it's about time the horses paid their dues, you know what I mean? Sorry, I said that in a really weird way. I said, I think it's about time the horses paid their dues. I didn't mean it to be, it's time the horses paid the Jews, because it's a Jewish conspiracy, isn't it? Of course. We all know this now, it's a Jewish conspiracy. Horses have for years been lying to the Jewish people, and they've been, they owe the Jews a lot of money. And so now there's like elite Jewish snipers killing horses to turn them into meat, as a sort of a vendetta about the whole thing, horses. But no, they reckon it's the Italian mafia. You know this? Genuinely, this is what the Guardian said. They said it's the Italian mafia, and the Polish mafia, who are selling horse meat and swapping it with beef meat, I don't think that's a real word, selling it with beef meat, and then sort of making money out of it. Which is like, really? The cheapest way of you making money, rather than selling drugs, right? Which is it's a good business this time of year, rather stealing things, or, is to turn horses into food. And then they went, well, obviously it must be them, because they're turning it into pasta. As if that's, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely Italian. I'm not trying, that's not a crude punchline. That's just me sort of saying, that's the sort of thing that the news are reporting about it. That's what the news are reporting. But for me, it just, for once, it does not smell like 100% bullshit from the news. 30% bullshit. That's all I'm doing there. What else in the news? Page 3. Have you heard about this? The No More Page 3 campaign? Do you know about them? Are you in favour of that? As an idea?
Yeah.
Does everyone understand the idea of what it is? It's the idea that women on page 3 with wearing their tits, getting their tits out, reports, etc. Is quite like a fun thing for us to do, but at the same time, it's not very good for the news, is it? It's not very good. So the campaign, no more page 3. But I mean, I'm not entirely in favour of it, because of course, if you remove page 3, then you remove page 4 as well, don't you? It's just front cover, page 2, and then page 5. And before you know it, you're just wanking over a picture of David Cameron. I mean, yes, I'm sat on someone else's hand, but it's still not quite, it's not quite what I want to do. What was that bit? Oh, yeah, death. Death. You're born alone, you die alone. Unless you're a twin. Or a sock. I'm just going to say it out loud, it's going to be a bit weird. Hopefully I've sort of won your trust a bit so you sort of understand what's going on here. But I like Alzheimer's. Let that sort of boil in the air a bit. It's not a thing to say out loud, I understand that, and it's, hopefully you sort of understand. I'm not saying it, but I am saying it's probably my favourite disease. You, sir, with force, what's your favourite disease?
I've never given it any thought.
You've never given it any thought? How's your chance? Favourite disease?
Appendicitis.
Appendicitis, why is that?
It's the first one I thought of.
Okay, is it beginning of the alphabet? You must have gone through A, aardvark, that's not a disease. B, not too far, Bolivia, no, that's not right. Aardvark is a terrible disease. But no, my favourite disease is Alzheimer's. Now, I'm saying that in a crude way. I honestly don't mean that. It's obviously a very horrible thing, and nothing makes me cry more than a Hollywood film where there's a bit of Alzheimer's. You know, when the woman's crying and she's forgotten her husband or something. Oh my God, it's genuinely the most horrific thing in the world. I want to show you the experience of death. My grandmother died, and she suffered from Alzheimer's. I was very young, so I didn't really understand what was going on as a thing, But I remember it being a really confusing experience and struggling to really cope with the idea of her dying. But I think Alzheimer's is quite nice. It's like an existentialist disease where you sort of separate your life from reality in preparation for death. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of beautiful in the way that the world would develop a disease to sort of make you be okay with the concept of dying. You know? I think that's kind of nice. But that's just me. That could just be me. Probably is just me. But I want to share with you what happened there. My experience of it was that as a child I remember very little about what was happening. For one thing, she died when I was on holiday in Italy. What a bitch. We had to come home early and everything. It was fucking awful. But yeah, for years before then, she was like doing things like being stuck in a bath, which now is tragic and horrible. When I was 5 years old, it sounded like a Roald Dahl film. It sounds great. Just old woman stuck in a bath, probably drinking marvellous medicines and growing too big, all that sort of stuff. It was fine. Other things I remember, the one thing I asked my brother, what do you remember about our grandma? Sausages. And that's exactly what I remember about her as well, sausages, right? Yeah, but then she used to tell us about all these men were dressed in black. Men dressed in black would come into her house, she said, and they would eat her cornflakes. Which is such a lovely idea. It's scary, obviously. Horrible, scary. For her, must have been confusing as hell. And when she died, I remember one thing very, very solidly. It was like, I had a dream. Now, this wasn't like in a Martin Luther King kind of way. When he had a dream, it was quite good. He had a dream and everyone was living together, I think. I don't really remember. My dream, I was in a car park. An NHS car park. Now, I don't think it's an official thing, but I remember her distinctly, her feet come out the doorway. And all I could see was her feet looking into her room, like an American motel, like in American Psycho. You seen that film? Yeah. Me? Is the man talking to me? Yeah. American Psycho, that sort of motel thing where she gets killed? That sort of stuff. I remember seeing her feet out the window, right? And going, on the day she died, right? And then her feet curled up like in the Wizard of Oz when the big thing, the house falls on the Wicked Witch. Remember that? Yeah, I remember that thing. And thinking back to it, I think, holy fuck, my subconscious. How camp am I? How fucking awful am I? That my most intense experience of the other, the unknown, the disgusting, the blackness, the darkness, the eternal everything, is mediated through the Wizard of Oz. How bizarre. Like, the next time I have a genuine experience with death, maybe we'll go, whisper in my ear, just get, tickle a bit of Shirley Bassey. That'd be good, have a little bit of a dance. But yeah, I asked my brother about my granny dying from Alzheimer's. Not dying from Alzheimer's, but when she died. And apparently, it's Christmas time, she sent a Christmas card to the men dressed in black who came into her house and ate her cornflakes. Which isn't that the most wonderful, beautiful thing you've ever heard? Of a woman suffering real heartache, having men come into her flat in the middle of the night and eating her cornflakes, which I don't know about you, is not a profitable business, makeup. This thing, as I said, being filmed. I want to change the world. Anyone here want to change the world? No? Yes! Give me another cheer, yes?
Woo!
Yeah, you do. It's hard. So I want to try and change the room, but I also want to try and change myself. So I'm quite fat, you might have noticed. I'm quite fat. Anyone else here fat? Yeah, very good. Power. We don't really have a signal, do we, fat people? We could just... It's not really sort of au fait. But yeah, no, I do a lot of gigs. I don't really exercise. I remember one of my earliest experiences was with going to a dietitian, and I was asked by my mum to go to the dietitian. We took talking, and she went, "Don't worry, it's just puppy fat." I remember thinking, how does she know I've eaten a lot of dogs? But yeah, no, I'm going to do some sort of... have you seen Rocky? Have you seen the film Rocky? Yes? Yeah, I want to do like a workout live on stage for you. So, do you mind coming up on stage? Round of applause. What's your name, sir? John, come on stage. John, I've not got much time. You're a positive person, right?
Yes.
Yes, very good. You can give me some positive advice, yes? Okay. I want to hear some positive things from you to make me push on and really get to the end of this, you know what I mean? I've really got to do this thing properly, okay? And the rest of you, I want you to heckle me to shit. I do not respond well to good advice. I need people to tell me I'm fat. I need people to tell me I'm a cunt. I need people to tell me I'm a dragon made of poo. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
I said, is that okay with you?
Yeah. You can't.
Good! Yes, good start. Go, right, okay, someone else. Creative, think creative. Don't just think shit, fuck, boring. Right, think of bananas. You're a wedging banana. You're a randy old hedgehog. Come on.
You've got smelly ears.
Oh!
You're boring.
Thank you. Give me some nice advice.
Well, it's your oyster, man.
Oh, cheers, man. Right. I'm gonna do some vegetables now. Right, okay. Go. These ones. Go. Come on. Abuse me.
Nice face.
Go. Cheers, man. I can do this.
Shut up, fatty.
Yes, I can do this. Come on.
Your arms are too long.
6.
Oh, you
can do it. Okay. Cheers, man.
You're
Keep it going. Come on, you can do better than this. Come on.
I like your nose.
Thank you.
Your socks.
Oh, you.
I love too many pores.
Fuck off and die. Oh, you. Go home.
Your own face.
Fuck.
Good at what you do.
Stephen King's It, but uglier.
Fat.
Get out.
I believe in you. You can do it.
You can't do it.
You can do it.
No, you definitely can't. Lots of failure. Oh, cry.
I dreamed a dream of times gone by, when everything was still forgiven. I used to think that I could fly, that maybe I would be shaken. This pain in which I'm living, do you hear the people singing the songs of angry men? It is the feeling of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart, that is the beating of the drums. It is the beating of the future tomorrow comes. Who am I? Who am I? Who am 24601? I am a spider boy. I will be a spider's toy. I will wrap you in my heart.
That was beautiful.
You. And of course for John, please. So that was odd, wasn't it? Anything? So yeah, be good to each other, obviously. That's one thing we can take from this, isn't it? John, what do you take from this?
Be good to each other.
Yeah, be good to each other. Be strong with each other. Yeah? Be strong. Yeah. Be powerful. But I want to finish with a story. I'm actually quite exhausted just from the singing more than the... So, but yeah, no, I am dressed as a clown. Sorry. Well, first time I did this, I was with my then girlfriend who I split up with, and but this is ages ago, and I was doing this for a fringe show. I had to get some photos done, and she was going to take the photos, but she had a job and I was unemployed, so I didn't do anything. She went off. And I thought it was a nice surprise. I would dress up as a clown for her return, and I was going to take photos of me. And she was coming back for lunch, and she was going to come back for lunch. And then, out of nowhere, sorry, and I was hoping it would be her at the door. Heard the knock, she didn't have any keys, it's my flat. And then opened the door, dressed as a clown, and there was an old woman there who, I don't know, really crude, shut herself. I tried to explain, very hard to explain, why I was dressed as a clown, but until I got a Christmas card, genuinely true, a Christmas card to Mr. Clown from this old woman, which was wonderful because it was September, which really helped things. But I just remember thinking, how the hell did she explain this to her son? And then I started thinking, what if there really were men dressed as black? Stealing her cornflakes. What if there really are men stealing horses to sell for beef? What if there really are all these horrible things in the world? So, yeah, be good to each other. Odd way to end, odd way to start, odd way to have in the middle. Odd thing in general, but it was filmed. Give yourselves a round of applause for sitting through this. I hope you had some fun. And I shall see you all soon. Goodbye!